Hello there, everyone. If you're watching this video, then you are part of the TTOR Army, an army that is building itself up one subscriber at a time. Now, before we get into the topic of today's video, I would just like to remind you about the existence of a YouTube alternative called Quarter. Quarter is an open source alt-tech alternative to YouTube that I founded a few months back. And this is a site that not only is feature rich and functional in a way that is similar to YouTube, but also champions freedom of speech in practice, not just word. You can talk about, you can do anything you want on Quarter as long as it's legally protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America's Constitution, and as long as it's not violating some U.S. law. But as far as the features and functionality goes, this site is very feature-rich. It has everything you'd expect in a site like YouTube, such as full-on HD video uploads, including 4K uploads. It also has live streaming, free restreaming, an easy-to-use comment moderation system. It also has public playlists that you can create for videos. But it also has features that you won't find on YouTube, such as an insight currency called Quarter Bucks that allows you to promote your individual videos or your entire channel on the main page of the site, like VJTV decided to do here. You can also create video chat rooms that basically allow you to do video conferencing calls with your fans, friends, family, coworkers, whatever. And you can live stream to your channel from these chat rooms if you desire. So, freedom of speech aside, there's a lot of good reasons for you to be using Quarter, and I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to create an account on Quarter, and if you're a content creator, start uploading your videos to Quarter today. Now that we got the Quarter PSA out of the way, let's talk about today's topic, which is Elon Musk. In particular, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk's hypocrisy in regards to his refusal to allow Alex Jones back on Twitter. Now, for those of you who do not know, Alex Jones was banned from Twitter and basically every mainstream big tech site back in 2018, which is one of the things that kickstarted the mass migration of people over to alt-tech sites like BitChute, Gab, Minds, etc. Well, Elon Musk recently said that he would not reinstate Alex Jones's account on Twitter, despite reinstating the accounts of several prominent people who got banned from Twitter over the last several years, including Donald Trump, evil orange man himself. But he refuses to allow Alex Jones back onto Twitter. Well, recently, Elon Musk revealed why he's not going to allow Alex Jones back on Twitter. So, the atheist Sam Harris said to Elon Musk, "Is it time to let Alex Jones back on Twitter, Elon Musk? If not, why not?" Elon Musk said in response, "Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." Kim.com said in response to Elon Musk, "Alex effed up with Sandy Hook. He admitted that and apologized. He also got a lot of conspiracy theories right. If serial liars like Biden and Trump are allowed on Twitter, then Alex Jones should be allowed too. Please reconsider in the interest of real free speech." So, what did Elon Musk have to say in response to Kim.com? He said, "My firstborn child died in my arms. I felt his last heartbeat. I have no mercy for anyone who would use the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame." So, according to Elon Musk, the reason why he will not allow Alex Jones back on Twitter, even though he's allowing everyone else who was unjustly banned back on Twitter, is because in regards to the Sandy Hook incident, Alex Jones used the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame. Well, I have news for you, Elon Musk. You are a complete and utter hypocrite. And I explained why in my response to Elon Musk. I told him, Democrat politicians and the legacy media literally use the deaths of children for politics, gain, and fame every time there is a mass shooting, and yet you let them be on Twitter. Either ban all Democrat politicians and the legacy media, or let Alex Jones back on Twitter. Let's unpack that. My entire life, there's been several mass shootings. in various states across the country, including my own back in the 90s with the Thurston one, the Combine shooting. In every mass shooting that's ever happened in this country in my entire life, the legacy media has used these shootings for political gain, general gain, and fame. Democrat politicians are even worse at this because every time a mass shooting happens, they use the deaths of these children for gun control policies and promoting them. They use it for their own gain and their own fame. So Democrat politicians and the legacy media use the deaths of children for politics, gain, and fame on steroids, far worse than Alex Jones has ever done. And yet, Elon Musk is allowing these guys to be on Twitter. So the way I see it is that if Elon Musk wants to be consistent, he has two options. He can either ban all Democrat politicians and the legacy media from Twitter because they use the deaths of children for politics, gain, and fame, just like Alex Jones did, except they did it even worse. And they never apologized for it, unlike Alex Jones. Or he can let Alex Jones back on Twitter if he refuses to ban Democrat politicians and the legacy media from his platform for using the death of children for politics, gain, and fame every time there's a mass shooting. Those are the two options that Elon has if he wants to be consistent. But there is a third option. Elon Musk can continue to be inconsistent like he is now, and he can prevent Alex Jones from being on Twitter because Alex Jones used dead children for politics, gain, and fame, and then continue allowing Democrat politicians and the legacy media to use dead children for politics, gain, and fame, and allow them to be on Twitter. If Elon Musk takes this third option, he not only will be guilty of being a double-minded hypocrite, but he will also be proving that he's not a real free speech advocate, and that he's no different than the previous Twitter management, which favored Democrat politicians and the legacy media and allowed them to do things that they banned other people for. But I'm not the only person who had some good insight into what Elon Musk had to say here. Styx Hexenhammer 666 said in response to Elon Musk's tweet, "With that standard, you'd have to ban virtually every user who ever referenced a mass shooting at all, since doing so almost always comes with a socio-political bent." Good point, Styx. Logically speaking, you're right. But it goes even deeper than that for Styx. So 11 hours ago, the time of this recording, Styx said Alex Jones should absolutely be reinstated, along with every other user on this platform who was not banned for botting, spam, or something illegal. Alex Jones has been convicted of no crime. Hashtag Alex Jones. So Elizabeth's Philosophy, who is Styx's wife, said in response to him, "What did he do exactly?" Styx said in response, "He defamed the parents of the Sandy Hook massacre, which resulted in a $1 billion defamation case. He has since apologized repeatedly." And then, in a separate tweet, Styx said, "If we deplatform everyone with a civil verdict against them, that would be a horrendous precedent." And I can see why that would be. Because then basically the establishment could get some civil verdicts rendered against anyone who dissents from them, using a kangaroo court system like Alex Jones had against him in his civil case. And then we would be all banned from Twitter because, well, you have a civil verdict against you, therefore you can't be allowed on here. And that's the thing about the Alex Jones trial that people are glossing over, is that if you actually look at how his trial went down and this defamation suit went down against him, he actually was not allowed to present his own defense or cross-examine the people who were accusing him of stuff, which literally means that his trial was not fair. He did not have a fair trial where he had a chance to give a defense of himself and cross-examine the other side. That's literally what you're supposed to have in any trial, and yet in his defamation trial, he was not allowed to defend himself, and he was not allowed to cross-examine the other side. He literally had to sit there, shut up, allow only one side of the story to be presented, and then they slapped a nearly $1 billion civil lawsuit against him. Now, before we leave this video, there's one last thing I would like to point out to Elon Musk, even though I'm pretty certain he's never going to see this video. I'd like to point it out anyway. Out of all the legacy media or media networks or media organizations that have used the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame, Alex Jones and InfoWars, to my knowledge, is the only one that has apologized for doing so. And yet, you won't allow Alex Jones and InfoWars back onto Twitter because of this. Meanwhile, the legacy media has been using the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame my entire life. They've never once apologized for it, and yet you allow them to be on Twitter and to continue to use the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame. So I understand that losing your firstborn child, having them die in your arms, feeling their last heartbeat, I understand that that's one of the worst things, if not the worst thing, that a parent can go through. You have my sympathy regarding that, but you're allowing it to twist your logic and reasoning ability. The standard you have set for not allowing Alex Jones back on Twitter, if applied equally, should cause you to ban all Democrat politicians and the legacy media off of Twitter because they have done the same thing as Alex Jones on steroids my entire life. So, if you want to be a consistent man of integrity, you either let Alex Jones back on Twitter or you ban all Democrat politicians and the legacy media. Because they have done what Alex Jones did, but worse and much longer. Because if you don't do it, Elon Musk, you're a two-faced hypocrite, you're not a real free speech advocate, and you have no business running this website if you're not going to be fair to everybody, like you claim you want to be. I mean, if you're going to allow Donald Trump back on Twitter, if you're going to allow all these other people back on Twitter that you've allowed back on, you have to be consistent with that logic, and you have to allow Alex Jones and InfoWars back onto Twitter. After all, you claim you want all voices to be represented on Twitter. Well, Alex Jones and InfoWars has a pretty big voice out there in the world, so you should let them back on Twitter, regardless of your personal feelings towards Alex Jones regarding Sandy Hook. That's what a responsible CEO who doesn't allow his personal feelings to interfere with his logic and standards, that's what you would do.